Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Saira Mushtaba, and with me is Nipunika Shahid with the evening news. The headlines. President Ramnath Kovind asserts government remains singularly devoted to farmers' welfare. A self-reliant India manufactured its own COVID vaccine and added a glorious chapter to the well-being of humanity, says the President. 72nd Republic Day will be celebrated tomorrow with grandeur and enthusiasm. Prime Minister, on the occasion of Rashtriya Bal Puraskar Awards ceremony, asked the children to commit to the three pledges of consistency, country and humility. National Voters' Day observed across the country. As the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic, we begin with a message of precaution to stay safe and protected by following these three simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. President Ramnath Kovind has said that India has taken great strides in several sectors and economic reforms have continued apace. He said it has been supplemented by long-pending reforms in areas of labour and agriculture through legislation. He said though the path to reform at the initial stages may cause misapprehensions, but it is beyond doubt that the government remains singularly devoted to farmers' welfare. Addressing the nation on the eve of the 72nd Republic Day today, Mr. Kovind said every Indian salutes the farmers who have made the vast and populous country self-reliant in food grains and dairy products. He said despite adversities of nature, numerous other challenges and the COVID-19 pandemic, the farmers sustained the agricultural production.
Despite adversities of nature, numerous other challenges and the COVID-19 pandemic, our farmers sustained the agricultural production. A grateful nation is fully committed to the welfare of our farmers.
Mr. Kovind said just as the hard-working farmers ensure food security for the country, the brave soldiers of the armed forces ensure the security of the national boundaries amid severest conditions.
From the freezing cold at Siachen and Galwan Valley in Ladakh, with temperatures as low as -50 to 60 degrees Celsius, to the scorching heat in Jaisalmer with temperatures as high as 50 degrees Celsius on land, in the skies and at the vast coastal areas, our warriors are vigilant every moment. Every citizen feels proud about the bravery, patriotism and the spirit of sacrifice among our soldiers.
Hailing the scientist fraternity, the President said they have strengthened the national endeavours by their contribution to food security, national security, protection against disease and disasters, and in different areas of development.
Our scientists have been working day and night for decoding the coronavirus, and they have succeeded in developing the vaccine in record time. With this accomplishment, our scientists have added a glorious chapter of contribution to the well-being of humanity. Our scientists, along with doctors, administrators and people from other walks of life, have made major contribution in containing the virus and keeping the fatality rate lower in our country compared to that in developed countries.
Mr. Kovind said our effective response to the pandemic would not have been possible without our constitutional values of fraternity. He said Indians have been like a close-knit family, making exemplary sacrifices to protect each other in the face of the common enemy of coronavirus. He spoke about the doctors, nurses, paramedics, healthcare administrators and sanitation workers who put their own lives at risk to care for COVID-19 patients. The President said frontline corona warriors were ordinary citizens who turned out to be extraordinary. Mr. Kovind said a self-reliant India has manufactured its own vaccine for COVID-19 and is now undertaking a mass vaccination drive which will be the largest exercise of its kind in history. He said the administration and health services are working with full readiness to make this exercise a success.
I urge upon the countrymen to utilize this lifeline and get vaccinated as per guidelines. Your health opens the way for your advancement. Today, India is being rightly called pharmacy of the world, as we are supplying medicines and other healthcare items to several countries to alleviate people's suffering and contain the pandemic across the globe. Now we also provide vaccines to other countries.
Mr. Kovind said in order to open up the economy without risking the lives of the people, the process of unlocking was carefully calibrated. He said this has proved effective and the economy has started showing indications of recovery faster than anticipated. The President said the latest unprecedented collection of GST and India's emergence as a most favored destination for foreign investment are indicative of the fast economic recovery. Mr. Kovind said, our vibrant democracy, our enterprising and talented fellow citizens, especially the youth, energize our efforts in shaping a self-reliant India. He said the demand for goods and services in the country, the domestic efforts to meet them, and the use of modern technology in such efforts are strengthening Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. The President said the mission is in line with the aspiration to shape a new India by 2022 when the country turns 75.
This will be a significant milestone in the journey of the nation as we are determined to achieve major goals, from providing Pakka houses with basic facilities for every family to doubling the income of farmers.
On the National Education Policy 2020, Mr. Kovind said, the policy stresses on tradition as well as technology and will lay the foundation of a new India which aspires to emerge as a knowledge hub on the international stage. The President said, the past year was a time of adversity and it came from many fronts. Mr. Kovind said India faced an expansionist move on the borders, but our valiant soldiers foiled it. He said, to achieve this objective, 20 of them had to lay down their lives. He said the nation shall remain grateful to those brave soldiers. He said though we reiterate our commitment to peace, our defense forces, Army, Air Force and Navy are adequately mobilized in a well-coordinated move to thwart any attempt to undermine our security.
Our national interest will be protected at all costs. We have also ensured a widespread understanding in the international community of India's firm and principled stand. India is moving forward and taking its rightful place in the world. During the recent years, its arc of influence has been expanding and encompassing the larger part of the world. The manner in which India got overwhelming support of the international community for its entry as non-permanent member of the Security Council this year is indicative of that influence.
The President said India is moving forward and taking its rightful place in the world. During the recent years, its arc of influence has been expanding and encompassing the larger part of the world. He said the manner in which India got overwhelming support of the international community for its entry as a non-permanent member in the Security Council this year is indicative of that influence.
Nation will celebrate 72nd Republic Day tomorrow. The main function will be organized at Rajpath in the national capital, where President Ramnath Kovind will take the salute of the parade. The Republic Day parade ceremony will commence with Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting the National War Memorial. He will lead the nation in paying solemn tributes to the fallen heroes by laying a wreath. This year, Republic Day ceremony will be different from past occasions due to COVID-19 pandemic. Our correspondent adds that the parade will be held following all necessary COVID-19 preventive protocols.
India's military might, cultural diversity, social and economic progress will be on display during the 72nd Republic Day celebrations at the majestic Rajpath in New Delhi. This time, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the parade route has been shortened. The parade will begin from Vijay Chowk as usual, but will culminate at the National Stadium instead of ending at the Red Fort. Only around 25,000 spectators will be allowed to witness the parade as compared to the average of 1,15,000 people every year. 32 tableaus, 17 from states and union territories, 9 from various ministries or departments and paramilitary forces, and 6 from Ministry of Defense, depicting the nation's rich cultural heritage, economic progress, and defense prowess, will roll down the Rajpath. School children will perform folk arts and crafts, displaying skills and dexterity handed down from generations. The 122-member proud contingent of the Bangladesh Armed Forces, comprising of soldiers of the Bangladesh Army, sailors of the Bangladesh Navy, and air warriors of the Bangladesh Air Force, will lead the contingent march on the Rajpath. The grand event will culminate with Rafale aircraft flying at a speed of 900 km per hour, carrying out a vertical Charlie. With Anand Kumar, Anupam Mishra, AR News, Delhi.
Delhi Police has made elaborate traffic arrangements and restrictions for smooth conduct of the Republic Day parade along the route tomorrow. The parade will start at 9:50 a.m. from Vijay Chowk and proceed to National Stadium, whereas tableau will start from Vijay Chowk and proceed to Red Fort Ground. In its advisory, Delhi Traffic Police has said that no traffic will be allowed on Vijay Chowk from 6 p.m. today till parade is over. It said no cross traffic on Rajpath intersections from 11 p.m. tonight at Rafi Marg, Janpath, Mansingh Road till parade is over. Besides, C Hexagon India Gate will be closed for traffic from 5 a.m. tomorrow till tableau crosses Tilak Marg. From 4 a.m. tomorrow, traffic on Tilak Marg, Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg and Subhash Marg will not be allowed in both carriageways. Road users have been advised to plan their journey in advance accordingly and avoid the route of parade and tableau from 4 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. for their own convenience. In Kashmir Valley, security has been beefed up ahead of the 72nd Republic Day celebrations. Police and Central Reserve Police Force (CRPF) personnel have been deployed in large numbers around all the venues where the celebrations will be held. Our Srinagar reports checkposts and barricades have been put up at several places and people are allowed after thorough checking.
In Srinagar, all roads leading towards the Sher-e-Kashmir Cricket Stadium, the main venue for the function, have been sealed on both sides, and no movement of vehicles is allowed without proper passes. A senior police official told AIR that a multi-layered security setup has been put in place around the venue, and the security forces have been put on high alert. He said that for aerial surveillance, drones are also being used. Meanwhile, all preparations for the Republic Day functions have been finalized by the administration. On Sunday, the full dress rehearsal was held in Srinagar and all other district headquarters of the valley. Ishfaq Shah, AIR News, Srinagar.
President's Medal for Gallantry and Distinguished Services, as well as Gallantry Medal and Meritorious Services medals, are awarded to the personnel of Fire Services, Civil Defence and Home Guards on Republic Day and Independence Day each year. On the occasion of Republic Day 2021, 73 personnel have been awarded Fire Service medals. On the eve of Republic Day, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today launched a revamped version of the Gallantry Awards portal, www.gallantryawards.gov.in. This portal will serve as a one-stop virtual platform to honour the immortal contributions of the fearless gallantry awardees of India. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Singh hailed the significant role played by the gallantry awardees of India in not only securing the nation but also inspiring future generations of the country to contribute in protecting the motherland. He further stated that in the coming years, the Gallantry Awards portal shall transform as an interactive, participative and dynamic platform that shall instill a sense of patriotism and devotion among the citizens, especially the youth of the nation.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. President Ramnath Kovind asserts government remains singularly devoted to farmers' welfare. A self-reliant India manufactured its own COVID vaccine and added a glorious chapter to the well-being of humanity, says the President. 72nd Republic Day will be celebrated tomorrow with grandeur and enthusiasm. Prime Minister, on the occasion of Rashtriya Bal Puraskar Award ceremony, asked the children to commit to the 3 pledges of consistency, country and humility, and National Voters' Day observed across the country. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे।
All India Radio presents World News. News and views from across the globe. What happened and what is up next? The newsmakers and the highlights of the day. From 10:30 to 11 p.m. every night on 100.1 FM All India Radio.
Welcome back. You're listening to the evening news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that this year's Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar Awards are special as the recipients earned them in the difficult times of COVID. Interacting with the young awardees today through video conferencing, Mr. Modi acknowledged the role of children in major behavioral change campaigns like Swachhta Abhiyan. He said when children got involved in campaigns like the hand wash campaign during the pandemic, the campaigns caught the imagination of the people and achieved success.
प्यारे बच्चों, आपने जो काम किया है, आपको जो पुरस्कार मिला है, वो इसलिए भी खास है क्योंकि आपने ये सब कुछ कोरोना काल में किया है। इतनी कम उम्र में भी आपके ये काम हैरान कर देने वाले हैं। कोई खेल के क्षेत्र में देश का नाम रोशन कर रहा है, कोई तो अभी से ही रिसर्च और इनोवेशन कर रहा है। आप में से ही कल देश के खिलाड़ी, देश के वैज्ञानिक, देश के नेता, देश के बड़े बड़े सीईओ भारत का गौरव बढ़ाने की एक परंपरा दिखाई देगी।
The Prime Minister said achievement should come with enhanced modesty.
जब आप यहाँ से जाएंगे तो लोग आपकी खूब वाहवाही करेंगे, अखबार में आपका नाम भी निकल रहा है, आपके इंटरव्यू भी हो जाएंगे, लेकिन आपको ध्यान रखना है कि ये वाहवाही आपके एक्शन की वजह से है, आपके कर्म के कारण है, आपके कमिटमेंट के कारण है। वाहवाही में भटक कर अगर एक्शन रुक गए या आप उससे ही डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए तो यही वाहवाही आपके लिए बाधा बन सकती है।
The Prime Minister also noted the diversity in fields in which the awards have been given this year. He said that when a small idea is supported by right action, results are impressive. Mr. Modi asked the children to believe in action as he said that the interplay of ideas and action triggers responses which inspire people for greater things. He advised the children not to rest on their laurels and urged them to continue striving for better results in their lives. The Prime Minister advised children to read a biography or an autobiography of a well-known personality to get inspiration from their lives.
हर साल कोई न कोई एक जीवनी जरूर पढ़िए। वो आत्मकथा भी हो सकती है, जीवनी भी हो सकती है, वो किसी वैज्ञानिक की भी हो सकती हैं, खिलाड़ी की हो सकती हैं, किसी बड़े किसान की हो सकती हैं, किसी बड़े फिलोसोफर की, लेखक की, जो भी आपको मन पड़े तय कीजिए साल में एक बार एक जीवनी बहुत मन से पढ़ूंगा, कम से कम एक जीवनी। आप देखिए जीवन में लगातार नई प्रेरणा मिलती रहेगी।
The Prime Minister also asked the children to commit to the 3 pledges of consistency, country and humility. Union Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Irani was also present on the occasion. The Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar awardee Rakesh Krishna from Dakshin Kannada district in Karnataka shared his joy after interacting with the Prime Minister today.
I'm really grateful for the government to award me with the prestigious prize. I got the award in the field of innovation and I have invented a xerographer. It's a prototype for agricultural and systematic cultivation. And the machine is very unique as it does multiple works at the same time.
Another Bal Puraskar Award winner Veer Kashyap from Bengaluru, who had developed a board game on COVID-19 during vacations, was elated after having interacted with the Prime Minister today. He shared his feelings with AIR News.
I feel honored and extremely happy to receive this national award. As PM Sir told, I will continue to do my creativity work and give my best to the country. PM Sir has been my inspiration behind creating this game.
The National Voters' Day is being celebrated across the country today to encourage, facilitate and maximize enrollment, especially for the new voters. The day is celebrated on the 25th of January every year since 2011 to mark the Foundation Day of Election Commission of India. The day aims to spread awareness among voters and for promoting informed participation in the electoral process. On the occasion, President Ramnath Kovind addressed a function in New Delhi through video conferencing today. Speaking at the event, President Kovind asked the countrymen to always respect the valuable right to vote, saying that it is not a simple right. He said people across the world have struggled a lot to get the right to vote. Mr. Kovind said often people do not realize the value of achievements which they get easily. Mr. Kovind said in the last 75 years, India has emerged as a worldwide ideal of democracy, and in this achievement, there is an invaluable contribution of the Election Commission as well as the citizens of the country.
कोविड महामारी के दौरान बिहार विधानसभा, जम्मू कश्मीर व लद्दाख में सफल एवं सुरक्षित चुनावों का संपन्न होना हमारे लोकतंत्र की असाधारण उपलब्धि है। मुझे यह जानकर प्रसन्नता हो रही है कि चुनाव आयोग ने सुगम, समावेशी और सुरक्षित चुनाव आयोजित करने के लिए अनेक नवाचारी और समय अनुकूल उपाय किए।
Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad launched the e-EPIC Electronic Electoral Photo Identity Card program. He distributed e-EPICs and electoral photo identity cards to 5 new voters. E-EPIC, a digital version of the elector photo identity card, can be accessed through the voter helpline app and websites. Speaking on the occasion, the Law Minister lauded the digital initiative like e-EPIC of the Election Commission.
Digital India was not simply a government program. Digital India was designed to empower ordinary Indians with the power of technology. Technology is a great enabler. And today, the Election Commission has taken particular care to enable ordinary voters with the voter ID card.
Highlighting the initiatives of the poll body, Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora said the e-EPIC program is a new beginning.
National Voters' Day is a tribute to each and every voter of our country whose presence at the polling stations to exercise his franchise attests to their faith in the Constitution of India. It is an articulation of democratic right of every individual, an emphatic expression of popular sovereignty with the right to choose their representatives.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that National Voters' Day is an occasion to appreciate the remarkable contribution of the Election Commission of India to strengthen the democratic fabric and ensuring the smooth conduct of elections. Bharat Parv, the annual event celebrating the spirit of India, is being organized on a virtual platform www.bharatparv2021.com this year from tomorrow till the 31st of January. Themed pavilions of multiple states and union territories will showcase their tourist destinations, cuisines, handicrafts and other features. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla will inaugurate Bharat Parv 2021 in the presence of Union Minister for Culture and Tourism Prahlad Singh Patel. The Ministry of Tourism organizes Bharat Parv every year since 2016 in front of the ramparts of the Red Fort on the occasion of Republic Day celebrations from 26th to 31st of January. Railway Minister Piyush Goyal has said that indigenization of all container traffic on dedicated freight corridors needs to be promoted on a mission mode to ensure self-reliant India. He said the domestic industry is capable of manufacturing such containers. While reviewing the progress of various sections on East and West corridors, Mr. Goyal said last mile connectivity and feeder routes need to be completed simultaneously. Union Health Ministry has said that the country-wide COVID-19 vaccination program was conducted successfully on the 10th day in the states and union territories. It said 3,34,679 beneficiaries were vaccinated through 7,171 sessions today. Bangladesh is all set to start its nationwide vaccination program with the arrival of a new consignment of COVID-19 vaccine from India. More in this report from our special correspondent in Dhaka.
The first installment of 50 lakh doses of the COVID-19 vaccine from Serum Institute of India arrived in Dhaka today. This is part of the agreement for the purchase of 30 million doses of the vaccine, for which Beximco Pharmaceuticals Limited had signed a tripartite agreement with the Serum Institute of India on December 13 last year. As per the agreement, the remaining doses of the vaccine will arrive in Bangladesh over the next few months. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is scheduled to inaugurate the vaccination program in Dhaka from Wednesday. The first consignment of 2 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine as gift from India was received by Bangladesh on Thursday. Rajesh Jha for AIR News, Dhaka.
The 9th round of China-India Corps Commander level meeting was held on the Chinese side of the Moldo-Chushul border meeting point yesterday. During the meeting, the two sides had a candid and in-depth exchange of views on disengagement along the line of actual control in the western sector of China-India border areas. A joint press release issued by the Ministry of Defence said that India and China agreed to push for an early disengagement of the frontline troops. In China's Shandong province, rescuers have retrieved 10 bodies of miners trapped underground due to a blast in a gold mine. 22 miners were trapped underground due to the mine blast on the 10th of January in Xijia in the city of Yantai. 11 miners were rescued on Sunday after being trapped for 2 weeks, and one was still missing, according to a press briefing today. One trapped miner is still missing and search efforts are underway. And now let's take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital city of Delhi is likely to have moderate fog. The temperature will hover between 7 and 18 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have a mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature will be around 24 degrees Celsius, while maximum is expected to be around 27 degrees. Chennai will witness fog or mist in the morning and partly cloudy sky later. The temperature will vary between 21 and 31 degrees Celsius. In Kolkata, there will be fog or mist in the morning and mainly clear sky later. The city will observe minimum of around 15 degrees and a maximum of around 27 degrees Celsius. Srinagar, Jammu, Leh, Gilgit and Muzaffarabad will have a mainly clear sky. In Srinagar, temperature will hover between -6 and 9 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have minimum temperature of around 6 degrees, while maximum will be around 22 degrees. In Leh, minimum temperature will be around -13 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 1 degree. In Gilgit, temperature will hover between -6 and 11 degrees Celsius. In Muzaffarabad, the temperature will hover between 2 and 18 degrees Celsius. Dehradun will observe minimum temperature of around 5 degrees Celsius and a maximum of around 22 degrees. The city will have fog or mist in the morning and mainly clear sky later. Chandigarh will have fog or mist in the morning and clear sky later. Temperature is likely to hover between 10 and 17 degrees Celsius. In Hyderabad, the minimum temperature will be around 18 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 32 degrees Celsius. The city will witness fog or mist in the morning and partly cloudy sky later. Ahmedabad will have clear sky. Minimum temperature will be around 13 degrees, while maximum will be around 26 degrees Celsius. In some more news, Delhi Metro service will be partially regulated on select metro stations tomorrow as part of the security arrangements for the Republic Day celebrations as per the instructions of the Delhi Police. Delhi Metro Rail Corporation has said that services on Line 2 from Huda City Centre to Samaypur Bati will be partially regulated, and it said that entry and exit at Central Secretariat and Udyog Bhavan Metro Station will remain closed from morning till 12 noon. And now, when we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. President Ramnath Kovind asserts government remains singularly devoted to farmers' welfare. A self-reliant India manufactured its own COVID vaccine and added a glorious chapter to the well-being of humanity, says the President. 72nd Republic Day will be celebrated tomorrow with grandeur and enthusiasm. Prime Minister, on the occasion of Rashtriya Bal Puraskar Award ceremony, asked the children to commit to the 3 pledges of consistency, country and humility. And National Voters' Day observed across the country.
For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.